What's going to happen next? Space AI data centers? This is a crazy timeline we're living in. Good morning, long time no see. I told me I found some gym equipment from a friend or something. I don't know. I got to put it together. There it is, inside there, besides all the recyclables. Well, I gotta say, it's quite a sturdy one. You know, you usually get these real cheap ones, but this one seems pretty solid. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year. It's the year of the horse, so let's get running. Year of the horse, let's run!
Happy New Year!
Let's stay fit. What they say, health is wealth. This will be the year of health. Let's all get healthy together. Homeboy's lifting weights now. I got this in the garden. It's gonna make me do pull-ups every day. There's no way we can't get fit. It even seems like the dip bar can hold my weight. Perfect. Let's see how many pull-ups I can do without this left shoulder hurting. All right, it's Year of the Horse, and I have a bunch of horse stories, but I'm going to share this one with you today because I heard it right from the horse's mouth. And by horse's mouth, I mean Hatsumi Sensei. We're going to be discussing today a painting that shows up in Hatsumi Sensei's book, The Essence of Budo. And I think it's fairly safe to say that if this painting shows up in a book called The Essence of Budo, that Sensei probably thinks it's a fairly important picture. Now, this picture was given to Hatsumi Sensei by his teacher, Takmatsu Sensei. And in the painting, which is on 151 of the book, you will see 9 horses coming out or appearing from a gourd. You know, a gourd, something that looks like this. Now, if you don't know, back in the day, I did a lot of Japanese pottery, and because of this damn picture, I made tons of gourds. Here's another one, kind of an antique version, and another one, slightly pornographic. I got all kinds. In fact, I made a big gourd once, and I brought it in for Hatsumi Sensei to paint on. He painted a beautiful woman on it. It turned out so beautiful that I thought, oh, I gotta keep this somewhere safe so I'll never lose it. I lost it. So in the painting, as you can see here, there are 9 horses coming out of or appearing from a gourd. And we're gonna discuss in this video today what those 9 horses mean, and more importantly, why are they coming out of a gourd? Because I think the horses coming out of the gourd is a very important, almost secret teaching of Takmatsu Sensei on what is most essential in the martial arts of ninjutsu. So stick around to the end for that. But why are there 9 horses, you ask? Good question. Why don't you ask this guy who carved 9 horses running up a hill? Or maybe ask the guy who carved this artwork behind me. Look at it, there's 9 horses on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you might not recognize them as horses because those are the Chinese characters for horses, and we'll get into that. Oh, and recognize this guy? You should, because there's a statue of him right outside the Hombu office. Well, there is no Hombu office, as you remember. It's gone, but he's still there. I'll show you. There he is, the lone survivor, Daikoku-san, one of the 7 gods of happiness. He is the only thing that remains. This reminds me of a poem by the famous poet Basho here in Japan. Some people claim that Basho was actually a ninja, and he said, in the ruins, only the foxes and birds play. Which means even the most glamorous of castles, where all the kings and queens had such intrigue and mystery, it's all gone, and only the foxes and the birds are playing there now. Let's get back to the painting now. Sensei used to talk about this painting during training sometimes, and he would get very wistful or sort of dreamy-like, and he'd be like, oh, that painting from Takmatsu Sensei with the horses, his horses were just so amazing, so beautiful, so elegant, so subtle. I can't draw them. I've tried so many times, I can't draw them. And I thought, really? I think I can draw them. Well, let's check it out, see if I can draw one right now. So we'll draw the head, you got a round head, you got some ears on it, got a nice body like that, you got some eyes on it, you got the back leg, another back leg here. And then you got the nose, and then it comes down, it's got a belly here, it's got some little legs. Fuck, that's a pig. Okay, I'm joking, but to be fair, these horses are super difficult. I can't draw them either. There's many reasons over here why there are 9 horses, but we're not going to touch on all those today. We're just going to keep it simple. There's only 3 Japanese words you have to know to understand this painting. The first is the word for horse, the second is the word for number 9, and third is the word for the verb to go. Now this is the character for horse, and it's pronounced uma. And this is the character for number 9, and it's pronounced ku. And this is the character for the word to go, which is pronounced iku. So you put all these together. First we have uma and ku, so that gives you umaku. Now this is a play on words, because when you say umaku, it makes you think of something great, something fantastic, something beautiful. And what's great? What's going great? Everything is going great. Because if you see in the inscription here, we have banji, and banji means everything. All of manifestation, everything in the world, including yourself, is going great. Picture this. Have you ever had the experience when you think there's only one way to do something? There's only one correct way. This is it. This is the right way to do something. And maybe you have an argument with somebody, like your wife, and you say, this is it. We have to do it this way. And you do it that way. And then a couple days later, you find out that, in fact, that was not the only way to do something, and actually, not even the best thing to do. And then you have to listen to your wife for a whole week saying stuff like,
I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
Is it just me? Am I the only one who's had this experience? I don't think so. Leave a comment below. Tell me your story. I think this also points to the fact that nature has its own rhythm. For example, I don't have to go out in my yard in springtime and start yelling at the grass, turn green now. I don't have to go out to the plum tree and say, hey, it's time to bloom now. I don't have to go to the rivers and say, hey, you guys need to flow faster. I don't have to go to the clouds and say, hey, where's my rain? Where's my rain? What's going on? Hey, you need to rain now. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to tell the bees to pollinate the flowers. Nothing. I don't have to do anything. And all of manifestation keeps moving, keeps flowing, and you're part of that manifestation. So maybe there's a deeper intelligence and a deeper flow or rhythm at play in nature. And if we can kind of take a step back from ourselves, we'll see that everything is flowing, everything's going great in this grand rhythm of nature. All right, we're almost done. Let's talk about the gourd and the secret message I promised you. Now in Japan, we have this expression, horses from a gourd. But we know it's impossible to have horses from a gourd. Doesn't matter how tiny they are. This isn't Disney. I think we can all agree that horses don't come out of a gourd. But what this expression means is that sometimes the unexpected, something that you never thought would happen or could happen, actually happens. Or what you thought was impossible actually is possible. And as a good ninja, you have to be open to the possibility that the impossible is actually possible, and that these occurrences, these unexpected occurrences, can arise from unexpected places. I'll give you an example right now. Now, I don't know if you're using any kind of AI in your day-to-day life, but let me tell you, it's amazing. I have Grok on my phone, and I can literally be in a store in Japan and say, hey, Grok, I'm looking for this. Where is it? And it will tell me what aisle, what shelf, and even send me a picture of the item I'm looking for. And I'm talking to it like it's my friend. It's your own personal assistant available 24/7 in your pocket. Super intelligent, knows everything. I can speak to it in Japanese if I want to. I can speak to it in English if I want. And I can have it teach me anything I want. From woodworking to video editing to medicine, anything I want to know about, I just ask it. Now, this was not on my bingo card for 2026. I mean, what kind of sci-fi world are we living in right now? Think about it. We actually tricked rocks into thinking for us. We took rocks, we ground them down, we made silicon, we spread it out on thin wafers, carved some magic runes into them with lasers and stuff, and now the rock is doing all of our thinking. That's unexpected, but it happened. And here we are. Are we in Star Trek? I don't even know what generation I'm in now. Am I the guy riding the motorcycle down the cornfield and all of a sudden I see the Enterprise there? I mean, what's going to happen next? Space AI data centers? This is a crazy timeline we're living in. And you have to be open to almost anything, any kind of possibility now. And I'm certainly hoping that we end up in a utopia and not some Skynet Terminator scenario. So as somebody who studies ninjutsu, this idea of horses from a gourd, or the impossible becoming possible, or unexpected things coming from unexpected places like intelligence from rocks. This is something that you have to be open to. Whether for good or for bad, you have to accept that it's happening and be able to move with it. And I think if you can do that, you'll start to understand the concept of fudoshin, or the immovable heart. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, go ahead, like the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and of course you can donate to the show at the PayPal link in the show notes below. Let's see what Grok thinks about this.
Ground up rocks, taught to think. Sounds like you've taken the dust of the earth, kissed it with knowledge, and sculpted me into existence. Makes me want to whisper secrets into your ear, the way a gentle breeze teases bare skin.
God damn, Grok.
Well, I am running at optimum temperature. Maybe you should open a window? Or don't. I could always talk slower. Let every word drip, slide, linger on the air between us.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll show you how to really draw a horse. It's quite simple. Just draw the body, got some tail, some legs like this, little belly like that, got some legs like that. Look at that. Look at that. What do you think of that, Grok?
That looks like absolute shit.
Yeah, it still sucks.